Hello YouTubers, Manny here from Manny's How To Workshop with an upgrade I did to my watering system for my garden, my fruit garden. So as you can see, this is my new high pressure watering system, because before all I did was rely on my totes to gravity feed the garden hose that I used with a wand like this. And yeah, the mangoes, man, that's another story, but not to get off subject. So before, like I said, I used to use the one right here, just a regular garden hose, which is the same one actually that's all coiled up right there. And because of the totes being higher up and the pressure of the water would actually force the water down into the hose right there so that I can water all my plants. So all my mango trees is on this side, and two avocado trees. I have some bananas growing right there, and there's another one back there. There's some miniature ones in that pot. Of course, pineapples, raised bed garden. If you've been watching my previous videos, you would see that. And then, of course, I have some another pineapple there, a little papaya around the corner, compost pile, a little bit of small mango trees that I'm cultivating. And yes, in the background you can see some nice juicy looking mangoes. That's for my queen. Oh, by the way, this is a coconut palm right here. But anyway, so because it was taking so long, and the fact that we haven't been getting no rain here in Florida, Central Florida rather, for so long, that it was taking a long time to go ahead and water because that gravity pressure is just not enough. And of course, for my other plants on the other side of the house, I use like a watering can. Those were much easier. But back here, I'm like, okay, eventually I'm going to tap into power right here and run a nice little pump like this one, which is, the name brand is a TDR Force. You can see the name, I know it's upside down, but this little guy is awesome. It's what is it? It's 5.5 gallons per minute. Here's the label right there. 5.5 gallons per minute. It's 75 psi for pressure, 1.5 1 amp normal operating temperature, operating amps, and then 1.5 is like max. Okay, but this little guy, I got it from Amazon for like 60, I think it's 65 bucks. Okay, and then of course I've got this reel right here at Lowe's, not a sponsor, and this is the original garden hose that I used. And to do the setup, not to finish off on the pump. So this pump here, it's a pressure pump, which means that it'll suck up the water. I forgot up to how many feet, but right there it's about 4 feet off the ground where it's at. And so it creates a vacuum on this side right here, right? And you can see my setup, which there's the line going up to it. I dug a trench to bury it underground. That way I'm not always tripping over it. And I made it so it came out like halfway between the two totes with enough slack so that I can connect it to this one. And then when it's time to move it over to that one, all I got to do is shut this off right here, take this rubber coupling that I have here, and then slide it over that one there, and it does the same thing. And then these fittings right here you can buy at Lowe's to put on these type of a hose. And I think this was like 1/2 inch or 5/8 barb connection, and it comes with this clamp right here that fits perfectly right there, and it comes with the little rubber washer inside as well. A nice another little feature of this pump is this 50 micron screen mesh, stainless steel screen mesh, which means that it'll filter out a bunch of impurities, which, as you can see, I don't know if it does the justice, but at the top here is clean water. The lower you go, there's a lot of algae and slime buildup, especially like in that tank right there. You can see all the darkness. So what that screen will do is help to filter out the slime and crap, which it already happened once before, and I just took it out, cleaned it out, and then let it dry a little bit, and then put it back in there. Okay, and like I said, it comes with all these fittings like this one. like this one right here. It comes with two 90s like this one, and it comes with some straights. So it depends on your application, of course. And it also, let's see, yeah, and it comes with the clamps like these, like this right here. Comes with the what do you call it, the Teflon tape, that if you have to put it on fittings, like on brass fittings like this, you can just wrap it around there. Even on the plastic fittings right here, you put some Teflon tape. Matter of fact, you can see some of it right there, the white. Okay, and what this does is that it'll pump until it pressurizes, and then from time to time it'll keep the pressure constant. And as soon as you squeeze or open the valve in the handle, it'll start pumping to constantly give you pressure. And when you shut it off, it'll keep it pressurized, system pressurized. So the upgrade that I did also is that right here I had just a regular outlet, whereas you can just plug, like I said, like a radio, for example. If you're working back here, you can plug in an extension cord. And then I went to the store and actually got a half and a half. So it plug on one side right there, and then on this side is actually a switch. As you can see the red indicator light means that the power is on. And how I connected that is that because this feeds the power to the box, so the hot that comes from over here goes to the switch side first, and then from the switch side it's connected to the hot of the receptacle. And then of course I have a security light back here as well, and on the switch side I put in my hot that goes up here to the security light right there in the corner, which means that's always constant power. Okay, so, and the reason why I switched it, because originally I was thinking about putting a switch right here in this platform, and this platform here, by the way, is 12 by 14, 12 this way, 14 that way. And I was going to put one of those switches it's a small box, but you would have to cut the cord and then put it in there, mount it down. And because this can get wet, I'm like, you know what, let me look at another idea. And sure enough, and I realized that they make these, you know, switch on one side, receptacle on the other. This way, when I want to use it, or if I want to use the power out here for anything else, all I got to do is turn on the switch and see how the cover closes right back over. You know, keeps it water resistant, and then you can plug whatever you want to plug in here and work like normal. So this way I can always unplug this if I need to. If I need to run something else, I just unplug it, you know, hang it there. Eventually I'm going to put a clamp right here also to kind of just like hold it back there, you know, one of those little cable clamps. And if I ever needed to move it, then I just unplug it, and then I can just unscrew everything, you know, because this is all just held down with two bolts, as you can see. But let me show you this thing in action. And right now I have it on the let me see if you can see this. I have it on the jet setting, and there's the back of my fence over there. And watch, as soon as I turn it on, let's see, okay, you can get the good shot. See, it goes right to the fence, and from where I'm standing to the fence is a good 20 feet. And so that's why I decided to go with this setup. So this way I can just take this, go around, and I don't have to go squatting underneath my trees, because I can just hit them like that with a, you know, depending on the different settings. It's got shower, center, soaker, but so much easier now. I can just give it a quick soaking, boom, and move on to the next one, just like that. Yep. And today it's too funny because we just had some good rain finally, and so you see how well it works. And like I said, 75 psi, which is oddly enough the same pressure that I have at my house over here from the county. Okay, so there you go, guys, and a perfect solution to not having to worry about you know, just gravity forcing the water down to trying to get it to as far as over there. And just to give you a quick bird's eye of my beautiful mango trees and how they're doing this year. As you can see, so lovely. This is the bonus for y'all. And I'll be picking these starting halfway through June. These will start to ripen. Okay. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Give me a like and leave me a comment if you want to know any other questions about the pump. And I think I'll go ahead and put a link on the under the description as well. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys next time.